Hello everybody, my name is Serious Gamer and welcome back to another 1 to 5 scale Minecraft United States Battleship tutorial. Today I'm going to show you guys how to build the United States Battleship USS West Virginia BB-48. Alright, now before we get into the video, I'd like to ask that you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that's not been happening very often recently. So I mean, it's right there, it's a little red button. You might as well go ahead and do it. No harm. Anyway, this is my design for the USS West Virginia. So if you decide to build this and use it on a map or diorama or whatever, at least give me credit. That's the least you can do. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. USS West Virginia BB-48 was the fourth dreadnought battleship of the Colorado class, though because Washington was canceled, she was the third and final member of the class to be completed. The Colorado class proved to be the culmination of the standard type battleship series built for the United States Navy in the 1910s and 1920s. The ships were essentially repeats of the earlier Tennessee design, but with a significantly more powerful main battery, with 8 16-inch guns with twin gun turrets. West Virginia was built between her keel laying in 1920 and commissioning into the Navy in 1923. The ship spent 1920s and the 1930s conducting routine training exercises, including the typically annual fleet problems, which provided invaluable experience for the coming war in the Pacific. West Virginia was moored in Battleship Row on the morning of December 7th, 1941, when Japan attacked Pearl Harbor, bringing the United States into World War II. Badly damaged by torpedoes, the ship sank in shallow water, but was later refloated and extensively rebuilt over the course of 1943 and 1944. She returned to service in time for the Philippines campaign, where she led the American line of battle at the Battle of Surigao Strait on the night of the 24th to the 25th of October. There, she was one of the few American battleships to use her radar to acquire a target in the darkness, allowing her to engage a Japanese squadron that was in what was the final action between battleships in naval history. After Surigao Strait, the ship remained in the Philippines to support troops fighting during the Battle of Leyte in 1944, and then supported the invasion of the Lingayen Gulf in early 1945. The ship also took part in the Battle of Iwo Jima and Okinawa later that year, providing extensive fire support and ground forces in invading those islands. During the latter operation, she was hit by a kamikaze that did little damage. Following the surrender of Japan, West Virginia took part in the initial occupation, and thereafter participated in Operation Magic Carpet, carrying soldiers and sailors from Hawaii to the mainland United States, before being deactivated in 1946. She was decommissioned in 1947 and assigned to the Pacific Reserve Fleet, where she remained until 1959, when she was sold to shipbreakers and dismantled. So, not really as interesting as, for example, the Nevada, but still interesting enough, I guess. She has her own, kind of reputation that she has, being the final standard type battleship. Just look at the difference. It was the first standard type battleship versus the last. That's pretty cool. Now, you can tell her and the Tennessee class, the Colorados and the Tennessee class, apart from the Nevadas and the Pennsylvanias, because of their distinctive cage masts that they have, with the watchtowers mounted on top of them instead of a tripod mast holding them up. They also have a rather more complex superstructure, more lifeboats, heavier guns, all that good stuff. They had thicker armor. They were pretty slow though. But anyway, that'll do it for the review of the ship. Let's just move into Layer 1. Alright, starting off with Layer 1. If you're building this in the water, this layer will be on the second block underwater, just like most of my ships. Fair few of them. But anyway, we'll go to the very front, wherever you're putting this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 red terracotta, and then 1, 2, 3, 4 brick slabs on the side. 1, 2, 3 red terracotta, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 red terracotta and brick slabs on the side, and then on the back. 1, 2, 3, 4 terracotta on the side. You want to follow those with 4 slabs. And then you want to go in the center. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 red terracotta in the center. A brick stair, a brick slab, and then 2 brick walls. You want to take a skeleton skull and have it floating midair next to the slab, and then probably have my finger over the microphone. Anyway, you want 1, 2, 3 end rods coming off of it just like that, and then you want a skeleton skull to the side of that end rod, and then 1, 2, 3. And then once you copy that to the other side, you should have something that looks just like this. And then now that we're done with Layer 1, we're going to move on into Layer 2. Alright, moving on to Layer 2. You want 1, 2, 3, 4 red terracotta, and then you want diagonally 1, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 behind it. You want a brick stair and a brick slab on the side and the back, just like that. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 red terracotta, and then 1, 2, 3 brick top slabs. Go behind, you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 red terracotta, 2 brick slabs, red terracotta, forward facing upside down brick stair, a slab coming off the back of it, and then a crimson trap door. And then you want where the brick slabs are on the bottom layer, you just want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, where that is. And once you're done, once you copy that to the other side, you should have something that looks like this. Alright, now they're done Layer 2, we're going to move on to Layer 3. Alright, moving on to Layer 3, this is our last completely half-on, half-off layer. What we want to do. Now, this will be for the Pearl Harbor camouflage, the blocks I'm using. So if you don't want to do for Pearl Harbor, you can use birch in place of dark oak or iron trap doors in the case of the superstructure. Everything else would use birch for the guns, superstructure, stuff like that. Also, in place of the upper superstructure as well. overall. And moving on to our next layer, we want 3 cyan terracotta, 3 cyan terracotta with a polished deep slate stair on the front, and then a polished deep slate slab on the back. And then you want 1, 2, 3, 4 cyan terracotta, and a polished deep slate stair, and then 1, 2 cyan terracotta with dark oak signs. There. Then you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 cyan terracotta with gray stained glass panels on them. And then we'll go to the back. 1, 2 cyan terracotta with dark oak signs. 1, 2 cyan terracotta normal. And the polished deep slate stair. Go in, you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cyan terracotta. A polished deep slate stair. Go in the center. You want 1, 2 cyan terracotta. And then you want to fill in the back half of the ship's deck with oakwood planks. And once you're done, and you copy that to the other side, you just look just like this. Alright. Now this next layer will be mostly half on, half off. But I'll need to transfer over to the superstructure portion once I get to the back. Alright, moving into our last layer in the hull. We're going to move on to layer 4. So you want 2 cyan terracotta with polished deep slate stair on the front. Then you want polished deep slate slab on the side with a skeleton skull. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cyan terracotta and a polished deep slate stair. Then you want 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15 cyan terracotta. Go in and a block back. You want cyan terracotta, and go forward in the center. You want a cyan terracotta and a monster spawner, and then to the side of the terracotta and the monster spawner, you want 2 walls, and then polished deep slate stair on the very edge of the hull. You're going to fill the forecastle with oakwood planks, and then you want to do the sides with polished blackstone buttons, just like that. And once you copy that to the other side, we can move on to the back now. You want to place a skeleton skull on the back, on the front of this monster spawner. And you want two blocks of cyan terracotta with 2 light gray stained glass panels on either side of them. Then you want back. You're going to build a turret, which is a back-facing gun, deep slate bricks, and then deep slate stairs, just like that. With a skeleton skull on either side of the back stair. Double item frames on either side of the full block in the center, and then 2 dark oak fence gates open backwards. Alright, and then you want 1, 2 trapdoors, a polished deep slate slab, and another trapdoor, and then you want to get your polished. Let's skip a space. You want a polished deep slate wall, and then in front of it you want a polished deep slate slab. Put a slab on top of the previous one, and then a slab off of it. Break the one that you just placed. And then put an end rod on top of the wall, and then you want to place a dark oak trapdoor on the end of the end rod and on top of the second slab. And then you want to place dark oak fence gate coming off of the second slab, just like that. Then you want to place a normal skeleton skull to either side of the first fence gates of the gun, and then you just want to fill in the rest of the deck with oak pressure plates so it looks normal. And then once you have that, that'll do it for layer 4. Alright. Now, to start off the superstructure, we're going to go this way. You're going to place 2 end rods on top of each other. And then 2 iron trapdoors, and then an iron trapdoor to the other side. So in the middle, if you want 1, 2 polish blocks and buttons, and then 1, 2 dark oak trapdoors open backwards. I'm kind of sick, so I don't sound the best. Then you want a stair facing forward, deep slate bricks in the front, and deep slate stairs in the back, with a skeleton skull to either side of the stair. Then double item frame on the full block of the hull. And then behind it, you want 2 cyan terracotta, polished deep slate wall to the side of the back one, and then deep slate stair to the side, and full block. Come out, polished deep slate stair, full block, stair, full block, stair, go back, full block, stair, full block, and then go into the center, and then place another monster spawner on top of the previous one. I'm going to place end rods on the stairs, and then fill in the deck. You know, repeat the same process on the other side. just like that. And now you want to fold that back in. Now we'll fill in the gun deck. And then, on top of the parapet in the back, build another gun. And then, just like that, you're done with layer 5. Moving on to layer 6. To start off layer 6, we're going to want to build another gun, and this will be the last one on the ship. And just like that, you have all the guns. Then you want polished deep slate full block with levers facing out on either side. Then you want levers on these stairs on the outside facing either side, and then you want a dark oak trap door on the back of this full block. And then you want two cyan terracotta in the center, gray stained glass panes to either side, and then smooth quartz slabs on the far outsides. Alright, moving back, you want nothing in the center. But two dark oak fence posts behind the glass panels with dark oak fence gates. And off of that, you want a deep slate brick wall in between the walls, in between the fence gates, and then you want to place two quartz slabs on either side of the forecastle, and then in the center you want two top slabs, so it looks like this. And then you have another deep slate brick wall with levers to either side. You actually want to put levers to either side of the fence gates too, with pressure next to them. And then you just want to place another pressure plate here and another monster spawner on top of the previous one. And then you want 1, 2, 3, and then 4 dark oak trap doors. Continuing on, you want to put a deep slate brick wall on top of the polished blackstone, polished deep slate full block, and then you want to wrap the front and sides with walls. Then you want to place a stair behind it, a polished deep slate stair behind it, with wither skeleton skulls on the other side. And then you want a block in the center, with polished deep slate stairs to either side, and then wither skeleton skulls. Yeah. Then you want dark oak signs on the stairs. Then on the back, you want wither skeleton skulls on the back of the stairs, and then you want a stair upside down, facing back, just like that. Place end rods on top of the fence posts, and then end rods coming off of the end rods. And in the center, you want to place another deep slate brick wall on the previous, and then on top of these white slabs, you want dark oak fence gates, just like that. And then you want a deep slate brick wall on top of the next one. And then you want a monster spawner surrounded in skeleton skulls. That does it for layer 7. Moving on into layer 8, you want to place you want to place a place a smooth quartz slab on top of this stair, birch sign to either side, and then an item frame on the front, and then a stair, smooth quartz stair behind it. Then you want a monster spawner behind it with slabs to either side of it, and then skeleton skulls on the side, on the slabs, just like that. And then you want to get out your wooden skeleton skulls and then place them on top of these polished stone brick walls. And then you want to place another monster spawner on top of the previous, but you want to put iron trap doors on top of the skulls for this time, just like that. And then you want to place monster spawners on top of the previous ones again. And then moving into our last few layers, you want a smooth quartz slab on top of the monster spawners. Diorite wall to either side, item frame on the front, iron trap door on the top, skeleton skull on the back, 2 end rods coming off of it on either side, and then 2 coming off the top with 1 on either side of the top end rod. And you want to move on to the back and basically repeat the same thing but backwards. So, full block, wall, door, item frame, wall, end rods on top, and then end rods on the other side. Alright, and once you're done with that, that will do it for my design for the USS West Virginia BB-48. I hope you all enjoyed. I hope you all enjoyed building her just as much as I did, and stay tuned for tomorrow. I will be releasing my tutorial for the USS Arizona BB-39 and a review video for my Pearl Harbor diorama so far. Hopefully I managed to get a bunch of it done tonight, but if not, then I apparently still have next year, even though this is the 80th anniversary of the attack on Pearl Harbor tomorrow. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, make sure to subscribe and leave a like, just so you can have many more upcoming high-quality tutorials just like this one. And without further ado, my name is Furious Gamer, building the USS West Virginia BB-48. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and goodbye.